Well, folks, it's that time of the year again. Everything in the landscapes around us, cool season folk, is covered in snow. The roads, the shingles, the bushes, the windows, the trees, the cornfields, and most importantly, the lawn. There's so much we as a whole don't know about the snow, besides its ability to brighten up our winter days with its soft white appearance. Today, I want to change that by explaining the goods, the bads, the do's and don'ts, everything we need to know about the snow. Hi, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about snow on the lawn. Wow. There's just something that feels so right about that. You know, nothing captivates a viewer's eye more than a dope cinematic sequence at the beginning of a video. It's so satisfying. I figured it would also be a great way to introduce a brand new chapter here on the N-Ext DIY Lawn channel. But before we get into that, let me go ahead and introduce myself. Hi, my name is Jacob Sullivan, also known as Jake the Lawn Kid here in the lawn care YouTube community. I have a weekly active lawn care channel here where I, teach DIY homeowners how to take care of their lawn, and I often do that with Greene County N-Ext fertility products. And number two, I also like to document the growth and progression of my local lawn care business that I have in my neighborhood, where I maintain 12 accounts on the weekly, looking to grow it big from there. So if you guys want to see a little more exclusive weekly content on that, then I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel where all of that will be happening. I will leave a link here in the top right corner of this video, as well as linked in the description below. And with that, I also highly recommend you guys subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be making one video a month here on the N-Ext DIY Lawn channel, showing you guys different ways that you can use the N-Ext fertility products based on my own experience after using them for a year and a half. And on top of that, giving you guys a little inside scoop to the latest and greatest news and innovations going on at Greene County Fertilizer. So stay tuned for all of that monthly content coming up this season. Of course, that's not all. We're going to have some project lawns and other fun in there, but once again, stay tuned for all of that coming up. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about the meat and potatoes in this video, and that is going to be about snow in the lawn. Now, this is a video I really wanted to make, especially right now for all of us cool season folk out there, because snow is something that we all have to deal with when it gets cold enough, right? And on top of that, I also wanted to talk about it because it's the one thing that will make or break you in your lawn care regimen. And because of that, I want to go ahead and arm you guys with some knowledge to make sure that when you go into the season here, you know exactly what it is you need to do as we're heading through the winter and out of the winter to make sure that you're not putting any more undue damage on that turf. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Let's get into the bread and butter, all about snow, the goods and bads, the do's and don'ts, everything you need to know about the snow. Okay, so what makes snow good in the lawn? The benefits to having snow on the lawn, especially if it's a light, consistent cover of 2 inches, is the sole fact that it will act as insulation for your turf. Now, when I say insulation, I mean exactly what you guys think, and that is the fact that it is going to help keep that turf warm and retain a little bit of moisture. If there's anything we have this time of the year, it's 2 things. Number 1 is cooler temperatures, and number 2 is heavy wind. Those 2 things don't go well together on your lawn. The reason I say that is because if you don't have that snow cover, what can happen is a little process called desiccation, which basically means that cold winter wind is going to whip across your lawn and other plants in the landscape, and literally what it's going to do is it's going to suck that moisture from the leaves of the grass plant, which in turn will dry that grass plant out. So having that snow cover is going to in turn insulate that turf and prevent that desiccation, which will help that plant make it through the cold winter months. Although a consistent snow cover may seem very beneficial, it can be very detrimental when you have too much of it. When you have feet upon feet upon feet of snow in a certain area, whether it's from snow plows, just an area on your lawn and landscape where you do happen to pile excess amounts of snow, that benefit of that snow cover can actually work against you when you have that much snow. So a couple of problems in particular, one of them being lack of sunlight, right? You need to have sunlight even in the off season to make sure that the plant is getting its sunlight. And number two being airflow. If you have piles of snow on your lawn, that's going to cut off airflow and it's going to trap any excess moisture in there. And having that trapped moisture will actually lead to fungus down the road, specifically snow mold, which we'll be talking about in a couple of videos here in the spring. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I know at this point in the video, just as I predicted at the beginning, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, Jake, it seems like there's not a whole lot I can do to really help my lawn, especially if I have that heavy snow cover or if I have no snow cover at all. And to be honest with you, that's the cold hard truth. There really is not much that we can do as far as how much snow cover we can get. But there are a couple of things that we can do to ensure that we don't put any more undue damage onto the turf during this stressful time. And I'm gonna go ahead and go over those right now. The first one being road salt, right? Road salt is something that you wanna be very careful with. Me personally, I don't advocate the use of any road salt on my driveway because I really don't see a need to use it, right? I don't have that big of a driveway, and if I do get foot traffic on there, it's very little, so I'm not worried about using road salt. But if you are in a situation where you have a big driveway and you maybe need some road salt to melt the ice, then here would be my recommendation. Whatever road salt you get, make sure that it contains active ingredient magnesium chloride. Now, there are calcium chloride blends out there, but you don't want to use those because those are higher concentrations and those will burn your lawn and throw off the pH and anything in that realm, right? So we don't want to mess with calcium chloride. Get magnesium chloride. It's a little lower concentration. It's perfect for a homeowner trying to melt ice on their driveway, and on top of that, it won't harm the lawn. As a matter of fact, it'll also add a little bit of magnesium to the soil. Speaking of road salt, one place that we really can't control road salt accumulation is going to be along the parkways and boulevards of our lawn, right? This is typically where the snow plows are going to be pushing all of that heavy snow from the streets, which is often loaded with road salt. And doesn't seem like a problem right now, but when we get to the spring and all that snow melts, that road salt is going to go down into the soil, and that high concentration salt that they use on the roads is going to be enough to jack things up in the soil. So what I would recommend to you guys is once we start getting some warmer temperatures here and that snow is totally melted, I highly recommend running your sprinklers a little bit earlier this year to help wash that road salt through so that it doesn't jack up your lawn and soil. While you're doing those two things, I highly recommend not doing this last thing that I'm going to talk about right here, and that is going to be walking on the lawn. We definitely do not want to be walking on the lawn this time of the year. When you walk on a lawn during the winter, you're holding the risk of crushing the crowns of the grass plant, especially if the ground is frozen. This isn't really much of a problem when the ground is soft and malleable when we get those warm days, but it's mostly during the time where it's really cold, we're like in the 20s and 30s, and the ground is frozen. You don't want to be walking on the lawn because, as I said a couple of seconds ago, you're going to crush the grass crowns. Basically, what the crowns are, to sum it up, is they're the foundational element that helps the grass plant stand up. It's the heart of the grass plant, right? Or as I like to call it, the tree trunk of lawns. As a matter of fact, here's a picture of what it looks like right here. As you can see, it plays a big role in helping support that grass plant so that it can stand up straight and do all sorts of other biological functions that it needs to do. And when you walk on that during times where the ground is hard and frozen and brittle, what you hold is the risk of crushing that grass crown. And when you crush that grass crown, that grass plant in turn is going to die. Try and keep foot traffic off the lawn at all costs, or at least try and minimize it as least as possible so that you don't have that much damage next spring. So in a nutshell, that's all I really have for you guys this month. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a great way to kick off our monthly collaborations that we're going to be doing here on the Greene County N-Ext DIY Lawn channel. So just know that this is not the last video, but it is going to be the last video for the month. month, and then we'll have another one in February where we're actually going to be talking a little more in depth about winter warm spells, as well as some things that you can do to your lawn during then. So that should be coming up next month. Hope you guys will stay tuned for that. And in addition to that, if you guys want to learn a little bit more in depth about some of the things that I'm going to be doing with my lawn this year, as well as my lawn care business, and just some more general weekly lawn care content, then I highly recommend you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jake the Lawn Kid. I will leave the link here in the eye in the top right corner, as well as linked in the description below. Tons of exciting content to come on both of these channels this season from me, and I hope you guys will come along for the ride. It's going to be pretty fun. With that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with that. I'll see you guys in the next. Is it okay if I say that? See you in the next, because, you know, N-Ext. I can? Okay, awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.